Plan, the Civ Give draft has happened, and on December 20th, 9 of your favorite Civ content creators, myself included, will be duking it out in one Civilization match to raise money for children's charities and for a little bit of pride and glory along the way. In that fateful match, I will be playing either Cleopatra, Japan, or Pericles. Those are the 3 leaders I drafted when we did the draft this weekend. In the description below, there's a link to a video which is me reacting to the draft, how I picked my leaders, how they picked their leaders, my reaction to the leaders they picked. Also, we are playing these leaders based on your votes. So the information for how you can vote and change the direction of the match. Do you want me to play Cleo? Do you want me to play Japan? What about Pericles? Is that what you want to see? Whatever you want, you can vote in the description below. And on December 20th, your votes will count. And we will all hop into the proverbial Civilization arena with the leaders that you have chosen for us. Anyways, I want to take the next couple of weeks here to practice with the leaders that I picked. Hop into games, make sure I understand how their abilities work, what's good, what's not good. My philosophy was to pick 3 civs that can kind of just cruise through the game, take any map, take any neighbors, take any victory condition, and at least have a chance. And I think we've done that. We just finished up a game as Cleopatra, so that's perfect. This game is the start of a Japan game to practice with Japan. We'll probably go for a science victory in this one, depending on how the map lays out. And then next week, or the week after that, kind of depending on how the tutorials fit in between, we'll be doing a Pericles game to practice Pericles as well. Anyways, kick back, relax, and enjoy part 1 of our Japan game. All right, we are here in game, and I am really excited to be able to show off Japan for you guys. One of the reasons I picked Japan for the Civ Give, and one of the reasons I'm getting some practice in now, is that Japan, you can kind of take in any direction. Any spawn, any map, any game type, any opponents. You can at least have a chance with Japan to kind of chart your own path through the game. I'm going to go in with a science victory in mind just for you guys because we just did a culture victory, but we're going to really let the game kind of take us where it needs to go. We are playing on a small Highlands map, I believe, Deity difficulty, with secret societies, and I think I have Heroes and Legends on as well. I think Heroes and Legends is a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it too. As always with a game, you want to try and get a good starting location, especially on Deity. I think if we settle this 3-1 tile up here, that'll give us a 2-2 base with 1, 2, 3 2-2 tiles to immediately work, and that should be perfect. And wow, a 3-2 tile here, so we don't have to work the 2-2. So we settle on a 2-2, work a 3-2 tile. That's about as good of a start as you can hope for. We are going to start with a scout like normal. I always say this to you guys, but I'll say it again. Getting information is important. Sending a scout out, sending 2 scouts out, finding out where the city states are, finding out where the other civs are, finding all the goodie huts, getting the first meets, finding out what the land looks like. All of that stuff is very important. You cannot make good decisions in this game if you do not have information. So the first step to even give yourself a chance to make good choices is to collect information. We found La Venta here, but we are not a first meet, which means that somebody else is hanging around in this area, or maybe down here, but someone else has beat us to La Venta. Barbs are approaching. We are going to try and kill this scout before he can see our city and report back. If he sees it, it's fine. We just got to stop him from reporting back to the encampment to tell all his friends where they can come murder us. We met Maui, which is awesome. Maui is a great hero. I really like Maui. I really like Wukong. I really like Hercules. I haven't tried them all yet, so we'll maybe try and use some heroes we haven't used yet. But this is really good here. We've also earned Void Singers here. I'm definitely going to go either Void Singers or Owls of Minerva. I'm not quite sure yet. One of the things I'm definitely going to do, though, is grab Magnus early on. There are a lot of chops available in this game early to us, and we will want to make use of those chops as we go along. So I think Magnus is a good first pick. Also a little different because here and on stream we normally go Pingala first nowadays. So let's go back to our tried and true early Magnus and see what happens. One of the things that makes Japan really great is that you get district adjacencies, additional district adjacencies just by putting districts next to each other, right? So as you plan out your chops here, you might want to do a commercial hub here and a theater square here, maybe a campus. What's great is you don't need to have a great campus to make a good campus, right? It doesn't need to have a mountain next to it. If you put a campus here and then you put a commercial hub here and something else here, right? That'll be a +2, +3 campus just on its own without any mountains to help it. Speaking of that, though, you should always pin things that you see as good ideas. We can go for a little bit of a holy site here, a little bit of a campus, but that is still really great over here. Sahara El Beta, always nice to find a natural wonder. That extra governor title is actually quite important. The problem I have with Sahara El Beta is no food, no production. So let's say you settle down here. You're going to need to work a 3-2 tile, right? Just to get your city growing. You probably need to work the 2-2 tile after that. But if you have four of your citizens working these 4 tiles, you're probably not growing. So with Sahara El Beta, you also need to have a way to grow. Makes me feel like you probably need a Petra here to make this worth it. So good lesson. Just because you see a natural wonder here doesn't mean you need to rush down to it immediately. If we don't end up settling this, that's totally fine. I don't think this is the best place for us to go. I will be taking provision, though. Provision will help us not lose population as we build settlers. I only really go provision if I have an excuse to take Magnus anyway, but since we had that excuse to take Magnus and we've met a couple of, what are they called, secret societies, we have that option. If you don't have a way to get faith early, you gotta go with God King to get your Pantheon, and then we'll go discipline because we are fighting barbarians. What's amazing is we are right on a continent split. For those of you who are unaware, each continent spawns a different set of luxury resources than the next. What that means is we're going to have no problem settling on 2 continents and having access to luxury resources we wouldn't have access to otherwise. It's much easier to keep your cities happy and to have high amenities if you have access to more luxury resources. So you'll notice we are finding citrus on Congo Cretan here. We will not find any citrus on Oceania. We'll find 4 other luxury resources, so this is really, really great for us in that sense. All right, so Suleiman's in the game, or Saladin, sorry, not Suleiman, Saladin. I'm a terrible person. Can we be friends with you? Can we just a little friendly? All right, just a little friendly for now. As long as you don't straight up want to kill me. Now, there's a lot of flatland up here. These double horses are a little bit enticing to me. With a Highlands map, you have a lot of hills, right? So if you can find some flatland, that's great. There's not a lot of flatland here with fresh water. It looks like there might be a river here. You can actually find out. Yeah, so you could settle over here somewhere, which might be worth it too. If you settle up here, you're going to need to build an aqueduct. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You just know you're going to have to build an aqueduct to get the housing. But up here seems like it might be a good place to head. We'll probably head down here first. This looks like it'll be a great little city for us. But maybe we'll head up here depending on what this scout reveals. Archery boost coming in hot. Anytime you can get the archery boost, it feels really good, especially in a deity game. We're going to head for irrigation first, I think, just because getting the citrus online will feel really great for growth in the capital, especially if we're not losing population with settlers. But normally, animal husbandry into a boosted archery is fantastic. We've met Nazca down here, and we are a first mate, so getting this +1 faith per turn will help us get our what's it called? Faster. Pantheon faster, which is awesome. So we'll have to use God King for a less amount of time, which is great. Always good to check the quest. The quest here is to send a trade route, very achievable. Now, we're not going for a faith game for sure, but a little extra faith never killed anyone, so we might want to send a trade route here first, especially if we have something like Owls of Minerva. Speaking of owls, I think that's where we're going to go this game. I think Void Singers is great. I have a lot of practice with Void Singers, though, and so I want to practice with Owls of Minerva just to make sure I kind of understand exactly how it works, what their power spikes are, what makes Owls of Minerva powerful. So we will start here, and what's going to start us with an extra economic policy slot, which is really, really nice. I'll go Pingala next once we have a second city to put Pingala in, but for now, this is going to feel really nice for us to get an extra production in all of our cities. So even on turn 21, you can start to have a visual for how this game is going to play out. We have 1 really good campus, 2 really good campuses, probably another good campus here, another really good campus down here, another really good campus right here. So you can see that it's just really easy to start to see how a science game might play out here. Especially, this looks like a wonderful Ruhr Valley city here. I don't think there are any floodplains, though, which might be the only thing. Yeah, but lots of hills. This looks like a wonderful spot to kind of set up for a Ruhr Valley. Now, as always, pins are completely subject to change, but I just kind of traced out here what I think a Ruhr Valley city might look like. You settle here, you have your aqueduct, your industrial zone, and your Ruhr Valley, and then you have a campus over here. That'll be a +1 to 3 campus here. That might be a +3 campus here as well. So I guess it doesn't really matter because we have the extra boost for adjacency and the mountain. So this might end up being the better campus. But like I said, it's a rough draft. But you can see the amount of hills in this city. Hypothetically, you have, once all is said and done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, like 10, 11 mines. Like, that's a good amount of mines for Aurora Valley. So I think this is a good start. We'll probably settle this city second. Ooh, Poundmaker. Hello. Hi, Poundmaker. Now that's interesting. Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from, Poundy? What's your life been like? Did you say no to the delegation? Or are you just not telling me where your city is? All right. All right, fair enough. Where did we meet you? My man, where did we meet you? I'm stressing out. I'm going to go campuses into archery here. We have a lot of good campuses we want to start getting down. And obviously archers for a little bit of defense will be nice. I have no idea. Poundmaker can come out of nowhere. He's got some powerful scouts. He can come out of nowhere and just start pounding on us. So I want to make sure we can defend against that. Poundmaker is seemingly quite happy with us. I bet you he has also gone for Owls of Minerva, in which case we will just gleefully take friendship with anyone who will give it to us early in a deity game. There, see, I'm telling you, he's got powerful scouts, man. Powerful scouts. That's a ridiculous campus. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a +5. This one might even... No, this one's more ridiculous. There's so many good campuses all over the place. All right, let's choose a Pantheon. There are a lot of plantations on this map, and I think I'm going to try to go for a lower appeal game without Earth Goddess here. So let's try and go for culture from plantations, even though I think that Earth Goddess, even if not used optimally, is still probably the best. Let's try Goddess of Festivals and have a little fun this game. Because we're Owls of Minerva, we want to be trading with city-states pretty much right away. I think I'm going to go for Nazca here first. I'll get 2 envoys in Nazca, 1 for Owls of Minerva and 1 for the quest. So that should give us suzerainship of Nazca nice and early. Give us a little vision. Give us a little era score. Bada bing, bada boom. There we are. We've also met Mulan. And did we meet someone else? We met Arthur and Mulan. So that's exciting for us. All right. So a science city-state. Do you guys remember last game as Cleo where we did a culture game with no culture city-states? Science city-states, very, very important. Bonuses is that they're going to give us extra great person points as well. So this is a really good city-state for us to hopefully get a hold of as we move into this game. Yay! Saladin also wants to be friends. All right, all right, all right, all right. So far, so good. So far, so good. So far, so good. Now, Mount Kilimanjaro. That, like, the 3, that's something you want to go for pretty much right away. Unlike this. Like, if you just look at this, like, eh. But then you look at that, and you're like, woo! That's kind of a spot we want to settle. All right, now we pretty much have to go mining into bronze working. Hopefully we'll kill 3 barbarians by that time to boost it, but we need to be able to start chopping all this stuff out. We found the borders of Poundmaker, and he is nowhere near Mount Kilimanjaro, which is awesome. And I'm not sure if he's scouted out this way yet, so maybe we might be able to get a cheeky settle up here. Ooh, Babylon! Now, I wonder how Babylon does on Deity. I wonder how good they are on Deity. I really do. I really, really do. We're going to buy this tile here for 90 and start getting a campus going. He took our settle. He took our settle. What? That was our settle. Okay, well, we're going to have to come hang out over here then. Double horses isn't so bad. Plains Hill's over here. Yeah, you can settle this Plains Hill. That's fine. That's fine, and then you get a good campus. That's all right. We'll do that. We'll do that. Block us in. Try to block us in. We dare you. We dare you to try to block us in. I don't like to use too many of my chops too early because the chops get a little bit better over time. These are good districts for us, though, and if we can chop out a settler to come and settle close to Mount Kilimanjaro here, that would be fantastic. Nothing crazy here. We'll just go free inquiry. Hopefully we can turn this into a monumentality. I think we're going to be able to get a little bit of faith. That'd be ideal. Is that our 3rd city? I think it's our 3rd city down now. 4th one heading straight up here somewhere. Probably closer here. You probably settle somewhere in the mountains to build an aqueduct. We'll try and figure it out up here. I just want to take this area before he comes over and takes it. One of the things you really want to pay attention to in a game of Civ are your boosts. For instance, building any district will boost state workforce halfway. Because we've already gone halfway into it, it'll finish it up. Right? We could spend 4 turns going into state workforce, but we know we're finishing this campus in 5, which is just going to give it to us. So instead of wasting our culture going in here, we'll head for military tradition for a hot minute, just to use culture on something that we might not be able to achieve. One of the things I'm slowly learning to love about Highland maps is just how much space you have. Like, you just have so much space to kind of... So do they. Like, the opponents do as well. But you at least have a chance to settle into the game and craft a strategy that you can really, really kind of work into. I'm really liking this map. Matthias is here. Hi, man. What's up, dude? Ooh, Buddha. Buddha's hanging out way over here. What are you doing? What are you up to? Can we be friends? So far, so good, man. People like Japan. I'm learning that this game. People are down with Japan. Now, if we want some iron, we should maybe settle this side of Kilimanjaro. I mean, there's no matter where we go, there's no fresh water. Let's curl up here. I think we'll settle this side of Kilimanjaro. So my immediate thoughts are you settle here. You get a bunch of great tiles to work on this side. Then you can throw a campus, an aqueduct, and an industrial zone. The aqueduct's really important because you need it in a city that you don't have fresh water. You're going to need that housing. Also, we'll get the double iron. Hopefully, Bologna doesn't take that iron there. This iron, combined with all the districts, combined with the aqueduct, this should be like a +5 or 6 industrial zone. And that'll be a good kickoff for us here, I think. All right, time to start getting some envoys in Bologna through Owls of Minerva. We will start sending some trade routes up in that direction. And Saladin hates that. Good for you, Saladin. Good for you, man. Yo, look at this. He's got Sinbad. What an awesome Sinbad. This is incredible. The classic 2-tile Sinbad. What a treat. Gonna go culture with Pingala first. Even in a science game, I think you need a good culture base to get going. So we will head there first. And Dido is the last one. So we have now officially met everyone, which is awesome. We're probably pretty close to circumnavigating. I'm going to see if she wants open borders with us. She does indeed. I have to pay a little for it. I'm getting a little bit of money from the open borders down here, though. And so that'll just equal itself out. And we'll be able to circumnavigate really early here. I'm going to head up into masonry so we can build some ancient walls. That'll give us the aqueduct boost and allow us to get our aqueducts down in a swift fashion. All right, he beat us here and blocked our preferred settle, so we're going to have to rearrange this a bit. All in all, though, I think we'll still be fine. Yeah, this wasn't ideal, but it turned around nicely for us. This is fine. Time for mysticism into theater squares. I'll feel really good about that. And time for our government. I am going to try very, very hard to go classical republic for the extra great person points. I would like to start with all of the great person points we're going to get from Pingala and the campus and the library down here to start racking up those great scientist points. And then with my card selection too, I'm going to start wanting to get some builders on the map. Let's see what I want to do here. I think you just go for a little extra gold, a little production. We are going to build some more settlers. Charismatic leader is a must-have over Diplo League early on. And then we'll keep a Goge in here until we get the extra great scientist points, just in case we need to build some units. I also think that's a great point to leave off this episode. Thank you so much for watching part 1 of this series here, trying to show off all the civs I'll be playing in the Civ Give. Looking like a pretty chill science victory as long as nothing crazy happens. Once we settle this city really close to Barca here, we're going to have to be a little defensive. He might be a little grumpy-wumpy with us, but man, we're having a good time. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. There are links in the description. One of them is to come watch us play on our live stream. We play Civ a couple times a week over on Twitch if you want to check that out. There are also links to a whole bunch of other things down below: Twitter, Discord, Patreon, all of that kind of stuff. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.